Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Clabby. I'm the author of A History of Eastport, Passamaquoddy Bay and Vicinity, and today I'd like to take you on a short walking tour of our historical district. I've entitled this presentation, Eastport, Maine, the Way I See It, because I think I see it differently than most people. I've long contended that Eastport is as much about what you don't see as what you do. If you arrived by boat, you would be standing on our town pier, the Breakwater. At this point, you're only about 2 blocks away from the Eastport Historic District. If you're standing at the Breakwater and you look up the street and to the left, you'll see a gray granite block building. That's where we're going to begin our tour. But first, let's stop at the Coast Guard station on the right. That was fun. So now let's take a short walk over to the Eastport Historic District. Our first stop is the Eastport Post Office. The building was built in 1891, but not as a post office. It started out as the Eastport Customs House. Why is this historically significant? Because custom houses collected tariffs and levies on goods imported into the United States, and those duties were used to operate the government. From 1790 to 1820, up to 90% of federal revenue came from tariffs on imported goods. These taxes were the backbone of federal funding. Note that in 1832, Eastport was a very busy trading port that brought in a lot of revenue to the federal government. Eastport was second only to New York City in terms of shipping, so this customs house was a very big deal. Now remember, the Custom House was built in 1891, a few years after the 1886 fire. But as we move across the street, you may notice a few interesting things about our buildings. As you continue down Water Street, look at these 3 buildings on your left. You'll notice 2 things. Number 1, they were all built in 1887. And number 2, they are all built of bricks. After the major 1886 fire, Eastport finally learned to stop building its cities out of wood. A total of 26 brick commercial buildings were erected between 1887 and 1893. As we continue down Water Street, our main street, you'll see that we still have some wooden buildings. These are 3 of my favorites: the candy shop, the new bookstore, and the Quaddy Crafts shop. Okay, so let's go visit the bookstore. This is a boatload of books.
Hi, I'm Christina, the owner.
What's special about this place?
It's the easternmost bookstore in the U.S.
And what do you have here?
I have new and used books, a small self-serve cafe, art supplies, and a secret room.
And a secret room.
Yes.
What's in the secret room?
Challenged and banned books.
All right. Thank you, Christina. Right next door to the bookshop is the Quaddy Craft Shop, the home of the Quaddy Dam model. This is the Quaddy Craft Shop, and inside is a scale model of the first Quaddy Dam, the International Dam. So you've got all of these bridges, or all these dam walls, running between all of these islands, and the purpose was to create a dam system that would deliver 1 million megawatts of power to Eastport and vicinity. Now, this is the first instantiation of the dam built or attempted to be built in the 1920s, the late 1920s. It got all the way through Parliament. It got through the province of New Brunswick, the state of Maine, the U.S. federal government, and then at the last moment, after the dam builders reached a deadline, they applied for an extension, and Canada Parliament denied it. So this dam was the first of 4 dams to be closed. Down the street next to our amphitheater is Horn Run Brewery. Horn Run Brewing. This summer, on the patio here, we had an eagle sitting on the top watching us. Sitting up right there. Good beer, good times. Let's go next door and meet the owner of Phoenix Fine Wines.
Hi, I'm Laura Stanzik, and I am the owner of Phoenix Fine Wines here at 73 Water Street in Eastport, Maine, which began its life in 1887 as the E.S. Martin Building, built after the Great Fire of 1886, and at that point it was a tinsmith.
Laura uses the upstairs for entertainment, whereas downstairs is where the bar is and where the food is served. Okay, let's keep heading down Water Street. As you continue to walk down Water Street, you're going to come across a shop called Ray's Mustard Pantry Store. This shop is a specialty mustard shop that ships products worldwide. But the big question is, why does Eastport have a mustard shop? And to add to this mystery, why do we have a mustard factory complete with a mustard mill located up on the top of Washington Street? For years, I wondered about this, and the answer finally came to me. In the 1870s, Eastport opened its first sardine cannery, and 18 canneries later, the city dubs itself the sardine capital of the world. And sardines are typically packed in oil, water, brine, various sauces like tomato, or mustard. Although the sardine industry faded, Ray's Mustard continues to thrive and survive, and that's why we have a mustard factory and mustard shop. Yes, we have a fisherman statue. Back in 2001, a Hollywood crew came to film Murder in Small Town X in Eastport. This was a prop as part of that series, and at the end, the crew gifted this fisherman statue to Eastport. As we continue up Water Street, we're going to come to the Tides Institute, which is our local museum. On the second floor are several artifacts and some paintings and a big library. And here's a fun little anecdote. On this side of the building on New Year's Eve, a crowd gathers to watch a giant sardine be lowered to the street below. That's our idea of Times Square up here. Okay, so let's go meet Chris Brown of the Wadsworth Chandlery. Hey, just doing a short video, and I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about Wadsworth's Chandlery.
Well, we were started in 1818 by 6 generations ago by my relative who moved here from Portland, where his father built the Longfellow House, and we've been in business ever since. So we've been in business since 1818, and we were out on the pier across the street until 76 when the business went out to sea.
When the gale hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, and so what do you sell here?
Well, at the moment, well, we'd always been a ship chandlery out on the water, and during its heyday here in Eastport, there was 5 ship chandleries. Today, we're more like a hardware store. The water's across the street, but the ships don't need to keep coming in and as they used to back in the day. And so we're more of a hardware store here because there is a marine store that sells current marine stuff. So more of a hardware store. It's a small island, so we try to be more like a general store and have anything anybody needs when they come in. And
well, that's perfect.
Yep.
Thanks, Chris. Now over to the library. Before we talk about the PV Memorial Library, I'd like you to look to the right of the building. In the back, you'll see a gazebo. And the nice thing about the PV is that during the summer, they sponsor a lot of concerts back there. Built in 1893, the PV was made possible by Frank H. Peavy, a former Eastport resident who made his fortune in the grain industry in Minneapolis. He offered $10,000 in 1891 to fund a public library in memory of his father, Albert Daniel Peavy, who died when Frank was just 9 years old. The final stop on this tour is the American Can Company. Just go down the street toward the water and look to your left, and you can't miss it. This rundown building was the American Can Company, an Eastport historic landmark. They used to make tin cans for sardines, the roll key style cans, until the 1950s. This company was also credited for producing the first beer can in 1935. Although it doesn't look it, the building is solid, featuring 20-inch thick brick walls, rough-cut granite windowsills, and heavy timber inside. But here's the thing about this building. I see it as key to Eastport's future downtown development. Not long ago, there was a plan to convert this building into a 26-room boutique hotel with retail and office space and residential units and historical exhibits. That plan fell through, but if it were ever revived, it would bring greater prosperity to Eastport and revitalize a section of downtown. I hope someday this happens. So there you have it, a quick tour of Eastport's downtown historical district. And I feel I just scratched the surface. I didn't tell you about several other bars and restaurants. I skipped over the Civil War post and barely touched on the Tides Institute. And I didn't cover any of the nearby homes and architecture. If you want me to produce more videos on Eastport, consider hitting the like button. Meanwhile, I hope you enjoy your visit to Eastport. And if you see Max and I walking around downtown, please don't hesitate to say hi.